Hello everybody, welcome to our Tangling Club. My name is Dulce and today we're going to work on 4 tangles. The PDF for this class is going to be attached in the description, and attached to that I'm gonna give you guys this too. It's a copy of our practice tangle, the little square sheets, and also this one that we usually use in class here. And what it does is you just use each square to make one tangle. Again, this is just to relax your hand, to just it's like a warm-up exercise, and the files for this will be attached to your file as well. So remember that for this class we always need our pen, black pen, and a pencil, and our tiles. Let's start today with our first tangle, and it's called Golden. The Golden is fairly easy, and you start with 2 lines parallel to each other, and this pen is not working for me today a little bit, but I'm just gonna do it really quick. So you do 2 lines on the top and then 2 lines at the bottom parallel again to each other, and then you draw rectangles. So you start on the top, you go to the bottom. These are kind of big, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So bottom, and then we're gonna go to the top. Once we have this, and remember the size is gonna depend up to you. Once we have our row, what we do is go back, and remember also that we can rotate our tile to make it easier on our wrist. I'm gonna go back and go and draw a smaller inner V inside the triangles. But also, I'm gonna do it at the bottom. In this case, I'm just gonna do this line, and I'm gonna do this line. Okay. Again, this is not cooperating, but the next step is just to do half circles, and we're gonna go opposite. So the triangles that are going that are pointing downwards, the lines are gonna go upwards in the opposite way, just like this. And just like so. Something I found very like a shortcut to fill out this little spaces in between is I kind of drew a small triangle, because what you have to do is in the corner where this line and the V touch, you have to create a depth. So what I did is I drew a smaller tiny little V, and I just fill it up with my pen. And again, I'm doing this quickly for you guys to see. If you guys take your time, this is gonna look so much better, of course. And remember, there's no mistakes. This is for relaxation, so we can always create something new if this one didn't turn out the way we like it. Okay, so having this and creating the depth, we can just keep adding more tangles, or with our pencil we can create shade. So this is our first one, the golden. For our second one, the henna drum, first we're gonna start with a wave down the middle. And from here, we're gonna shoot out these kind of like scrolls. You can do as many as you like. And I'm just gonna do it like this. The next step, I'm gonna close this one so it looks even. Your next step for this is to go on top of each of the scrolls and fill it up like half a circle. Fill it up black. Half a circle, and we're gonna fill it up. Half a circle, fill it up. Again, I am making this a little bit bigger than I would normally do it, but I want you guys to be able to see it. Our next step is to draw another semicircle, but this time we're just gonna go over and we're not gonna fill it up. So our half a circle. And now this is where the fun begins. We're gonna start drawing petals. And what I did is I usually start in one of the ends. And I am drawing my petals with 3 little ridges. And I'm gonna do it until I fill up this flower. Again, remember to turn your tile so you don't stress your wrist. And the petals are not supposed to touch each other. But again, if they touch, you know, there's not a big deal. Okay, I'm just gonna show you with these two. After we finish the flowers, filling them up, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna draw 2 little lines, just very faint in the middle, to give it some depth. And I'm just gonna give it some more flourish. I'm gonna just add some dots. I can just do, you know, a little twirly here, and I can just keep decorating. This is the henna drum. Is so much fun. You can see it here finished. I think this is a lot of fun. The Hurstbeam is a fun little tangle. Unfortunately, I did it the size that I like, but for the camera, it doesn't show so much. So I'm gonna show you guys here. It's made out of hearts. And the way we're gonna start this, so you can see it, I'm gonna make it big, again, much bigger than my sample, so you guys can see how it starts. So you start with 2 hearts opposite of each other, one above and one below, and then you do 2 hearts on each side. So it's kind of like a flower, and that heart looks funky, but that's fine. Kind of a big heart. Okay, so after this, we're gonna join our hearts. And what we're gonna do is think about as having a circle here, and we're gonna draw another circle. So they're joined by two circles, and just joining them. So these lines are not straight. They're supposed to form a circle. And I'm gonna draw my second circle. And there we have it. So now from the bottom middle of the heart, what I'm gonna do is just come up and do a little bit of like a stem. And last one. And for our last step, what we have to do is just outline the outside of our tangle. So we have to go around the heart, around a ring, and from here, you can just take over. You can use your pencil to shade this. Okay. You can use your pencil to shade it. What I did in my sample is I just fill it out with little dots around it because I like the way it looks. But you can certainly add more different tangles. So this is the Hurstbeam. And last but not least, we have the Halibut. This is a fun tangle. It might be a little confusing, but once you get the hang of it, you'll see that you can actually fill out a whole tile pretty fast. So let me show you how you start with this. You can start in any direction that you decide. And I'm gonna start it just in this corner. So you draw two parallel lines, you rotate it, and the next two lines that you draw are gonna go below the one that you just drew. So I'm just gonna, this is easier for me going this way. So it's like it's shooting this way. And I'm gonna draw one that is going this direction, and now it's gonna go below. I'm not gonna cross over the top of any of my lines. I'm gonna stop and continue on the other side. I think this is a good one, again, if you are trying to fill out a big space with something that looks very complex and that looks very cool and doesn't take that long. I think this is your tangle. So I'm gonna do one last one. And again, oh, my pen is not working today. And this is the second one I'm using. Okay. And again, I'm stopping right where this line starts, and I'm restarting on the other side. And there you have it. This is your fourth and final tangle, the Halibut. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun. Take care and see you next time.